Beneath the golden towers of the Red Keep, the morning quiet shatters. Moments after Lord Eddard Stark is betrayed and arrested, Lannister guards sweep through the castle halls. They begin a systematic purge, cutting down Stark guards and servants without mercy. The fragile peace of King's Landing is gone. Deep beneath the castle in the windowless black cells, Ned Stark sits chained in the dark. The Master of Whisperers, Varys, brings him a grim assessment. Ned's downfall resulted from his own honorable mercy. By warning Cersei Lannister of his plans so she could flee with her children, he surrendered his only leverage and gave her the exact window she needed to strike first. Upstairs, that political failure translates into immediate physical violence. Armed Kingsguard soldiers arrive to seize young Arya Stark. Her dancing master, Syrio Forel, steps between them. Armed with nothing but a wind-practice sword and his own courage, the first Sword of Braavos holds off armored knights to buy Arya the few seconds she needs to run. Arya flees into the castle's depths, only to be cornered by a stable boy looking to collect the queen's reward for the Stark children. As he lunges for her, Arya instinctively thrusts her sword, needle, forward. The blade catches him in the stomach. Trembling and in shock, a child is forced to become a killer just to survive her own home. Her older sister, Sansa, has nowhere to run. Wandering the halls in confusion, she is easily cornered by the terrifying Sandor Clegane. Trapped in the lion's den, she realizes she is already Cersei's prisoner, a helpless political hostage cut off from her family. One honorable man's misstep has triggered a massive power vacuum in the capital. The political maneuvering in the throne room has erupted into active slaughter. And the fallout from this single morning is about to drag the entire continent into war. This map shows the immediate reaction to Ned's imprisonment. Notice the lines converging on Winterfell from the edges of the Northern Territory. That represents Robb Stark calling his banners, gathering 18,000 soldiers to march south, instantly escalating the conflict. Assembling an army means commanding men twice his age. When the massive Lord Greatjon Umber openly challenges the young Stark's authority, Robb doesn't back down. His direwolf, Greatwind, lunges and bites off 2 of the Greatjon's fingers. The giant Northern Lord bursts into laughter, and Robb's command over these hardened veterans is solidified. Meanwhile, Tyrion Lannister is conducting his own military maneuvers in the Mountains of the Moon. Captured by fierce hill tribes, he uses his sharpest weapon, his tongue. By promising them gold, new steel weapons, and the Vale of Arryn, he turns his violent captors into his own personal proxy army. From the High Lords in Winterfell to the Lannister war camps, the sharpest minds and the largest armies in Westeros are now entirely consumed. Every ounce of resource is dedicated to the logistics of a human civil war. Far across the narrow sea, Daenerys Targaryen marches with Khal Drogo's vast horde and witnesses the brutal reality of assembling these massive armies. Villages are burned, women are enslaved, and children are taken. The devastating civilian cost of Drogo's warmongering horrifies her. When she intervenes to protect captured women, a warrior named Mago mutinies. Drogo kills him brutally with his bare hands and his blades. But during the fight, the Khal sustains a small, seemingly minor cut to his chest. It's a tiny physical wound, yet it will soon derail the trajectory of her entire invasion force. An even darker anomaly is unfolding at the extreme northern edge of the world. Beyond the wall, the Night's Watch discovers 2 corpses from a missing expedition. They bring the bodies back to Castle Black, but Samwell Tarly notices something deeply wrong. The men have been dead for days, yet they show absolutely no signs of decay. That night, the Lord Commander's chambers turn into a nightmare. One of the corpses sits up, its eyes glowing a fierce, unnatural blue. When Jon Snow attacks the creature, he realizes it feels no pain. It is completely immune to fatal sword thrusts, and even dismemberment does nothing to stop its relentless advance. Only fire stops the creature. As the white screams and dissolves into ash, Jon Snow and the Night's Watch realize the mythological White Walkers are no longer just stories for children. Jon Snow is trapped in a devastating internal conflict. Word has reached him that his father is imprisoned, and his brother is marching to war. He desperately wants to forsake his vows and ride south to fight. But he has just seen the true enemy with his own eyes, and his sworn duty is to defend the realm from this undead threat. While the lords of the South prepare to bleed their kingdoms dry fighting over a throne, the true existential dangers are gestating in the ignored periphery, wounds that can fell mighty warlords in the east and dead men rising in the freezing dark of the north. Back at Winterfell, the wildling woman Osha delivers a blunt warning to young Bran Stark. The massive northern armies marching south are marching the wrong way. The politics of King's Landing mean nothing because an apocalyptic danger is gathering in the rising cold beyond the wall. Yet the delusion of politics continues to blind the realm. In the throne room of the Red Keep, Sansa Stark kneels before the entire court. Trembling, she makes a desperate public plea to King Joffrey, begging him to spare her father's life and insisting Ned was simply confused. Joffrey offers her a condition for mercy. Ned Stark must publicly confess his treason and acknowledge Joffrey as the true king. Sansa eagerly agrees. She believes that by playing by these established political rules, she has successfully secured her father's survival. But Sansa's belief in a system of political mercy is tragically misplaced. The reality is that Joffrey Baratheon is deeply cruel, and the supposed rules of the game she is trying to play are a complete illusion. Westeros has committed its armies and its honor to a civil war over a metal chair, oblivious to the fact that the dead are awakening to wipe them all out.